Good morning. It's Friday, it's 9 o'clock. I'm Joanna Gosling. Welcome to the programme. A major upset in the Richmond Park by-election as the Liberal Democrats overturn a majority of 23,000 to take the seat from the former Conservative MP Zac Goldsmith. The contest was sparked by strong feelings over Heathrow, but the campaign quickly turned to Brexit.
I think what it will do is it will send a real shockwave through Downing Street. You know, Theresa May is losing votes, losing a seat, a previously very, very safe seat for her, and it's very clear that the issue is Brexit.
Do you regret resigning? It's not a calculation, is it? I don't regret keeping my promise. But it's all gone horribly wrong. What went wrong for you in the campaign? I lost the vote, that's all I know.
Also today, asbestos in schools. Councils across England have paid out millions of pounds in compensation to staff who've fallen ill. And with thousands of schools still containing the substance, how many more people could be at risk? Also, Sir Elton John tells us exclusively that he believes the end of HIV could be in sight, but widespread testing is crucial.
If people have these tests as they go in, they will be diagnosed, they'll put on treatment, they won't spread the disease, and we'll know where we stand with the population.
Hello, welcome to the programme. We are live until 11 this morning. Some train fares are about to go up by considerably more than inflation from the 2nd of January. If you're a commuter or you use trains regularly, let us know what you think. Plus, your favourite moments from Fawlty Towers as we remember Andrew Sachs, who's died. Do get in touch on everything we're talking about this morning. Hashtag Victoria Live, and remember, text will be charged at the standard network rate. Our top story, there has been a major upset in the Richmond Park by-election, with the Liberal Democrats taking the seat from the former Conservative MP Zac Goldsmith. Mr Goldsmith ran as an independent after he resigned from the party in protest at the government's decision to back a third runway at Heathrow. The Liberal Democrats candidate Sarah Olney won almost half of all the votes cast to overturn Mr Goldsmith's majority of 23,000. Here's our political correspondent, Chris Mason. Thank you very much, Eleanor, and we will have more reaction to that by-election result right after the rest of the news and sport. I'll be speaking to the Lib Dem MP Tom Brake and also the political analyst John Curtis. Now though, let's catch up with the rest of the news with Anita McVeigh in the newsroom. Good morning.
Morning, Joanna. Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. Rail fares are to rise by an average of 2.3% in the new year. The price increase announced by the rail companies applies to unregulated fares and comes into force from the 2nd of January. That's a summary of the latest BBC News. More at 9:30. Back to you, Joanna.
Thank you very much, Anita. Some train fares are about to go up by considerably more than inflation from the 2nd of January. If you're a commuter or you use the trains regularly, let us know what you think about that. Plus, we'd love to hear your favourite moments from Fawlty Towers as we remember Andrew Sachs. All the usual ways of getting in touch throughout the morning. Hashtag Victoria Live, and remember, text will be charged at the standard network rate. Right, let's catch up with the sport now with Leah. And Tiger Woods, Leah, making a comeback. How's he done it?
Yeah, absolutely, Joanna. Well, it was a bit of a mixed day for Tiger. He did show flashes of what made him #1 in the world, and he said he felt pretty good out on the course, although he did admit to making some really silly mistakes. And there'll be a memorial service at the club's home ground in Brazil tomorrow.
Thank you very much, Leah. Now, overturning a majority of more than 23,000 is no mean feat, even in a by-election. But voters in Richmond Park in southwest London were clearly in an angry mood. The incumbent MP, Zac Goldsmith, had quit the Conservative Party and his seat in the House of Commons to fight a contest on the issue of a third runway at Heathrow. But the Liberal Democrat, Sarah Olney, was determined to shift the battle onto the issue of Brexit. Mr Goldsmith is a Leave supporter, and with a large proportion of his constituents having voted Remain in June's referendum, it seems that Brexit was still foremost in the minds of many. Well, Sarah Olney joined the Liberal Democrats just 18 months ago. She told our political correspondent Chris Mason that the Brexit referendum results spurred her to stand for Parliament.
I think
it brought a lot of laughter to a lot of people.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Thank you, John. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let us know your favourite memories of Andrew Sachs in Fawlty Towers as well, or your favourite scenes. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Now, still to come, warnings over asbestos in schools as councils across England fork out millions of pounds in compensation to staff who've fallen ill. Plus, more people continue to flee the Syrian capital of Aleppo as fighting continues. We've managed to speak to two men who have witnessed Syria's war from within. Let's catch up with all the news with Anita.
Thank you, Joanna, and good morning. The Liberal Democrats say the party's by-election win at Richmond Park in West London is a warning to the government not to pursue a so-called hard Brexit in its negotiations with the EU. That's a summary of the latest BBC News. More at 10 o'clock. Joanna.
Thanks very much, Anita. A couple of emails to bring you on the train fares. Nori, who's a nurse in a neonatal unit, says there are plenty of us who have important jobs in this specialist unit saving babies' lives. However, with increasing train tickets, we cannot afford the annual season ticket working part-time. And Tom has emailed to say the current fares structure is wholly unacceptable for its ridiculous complexity. May those responsible have the courage and common sense to get it simplified. Thanks for those. Keep your thoughts coming in on train fares and everything else we're talking about this morning. Now let's catch up with the sports headlines with Leah. Hi.
Hi, morning. He's been out of action for 16 months, but Tiger Woods is back, and at the World Hero Challenge in the Bahamas, the 14-time major champion finished 1 over par and admitted to feeling pretty good on the course.
Thank you very much, Leah. Coming up, more people are fleeing the Syrian capital Aleppo as fierce fighting continues. We'll be hearing from two men who've witnessed Syria's war from within. Now, local authorities in England have paid out more than £10 million in compensation to former staff and pupils who have contracted asbestos diseases while working in schools. That's according to an investigation by BBC Yorkshire. The new data also reveals that there have been 99 significant incidents of asbestos being disturbed at schools in England in the past 5 years. The NUT says 319 school teachers have died from mesothelioma, a type of cancer caused by asbestos, since 1980 in the UK. Teachers are currently dying at a rate of 17 per year. 86% of UK schools have asbestos in them, putting more than 7 million pupils at risk. Asbestos was widely used as a building material in the 1960s and 1970s. It was banned in 1999 once the health risks became apparent. The Department for Education says it plans to invest £23 billion into school buildings by 2021, and that management of asbestos, rather than removing it completely, can be the safest option. Well, we can talk now to Lorna Webster. We'll talk to Lorna Webster in a moment, but first, let's just hear from one person affected by this. Thank you all very much. Thank you. Right, let's catch up with the weather. Matt is with us with an update. Matt.
Thank you very much, Joanna. Well, a frosty start to the day in the southwest, parts of South Wales and also Northern Ireland, but for most, not as cold as it has been through recent days, but it will be sunny. Enjoy your weekend.
Hello, it's Friday, it's 10 o'clock. I'm Joanna Gosling. Welcome to the programme if you've just joined us. Our top story today, a rejection of the politics of anger and division. The words of the new Liberal Democrat MP for Richmond Park, Sarah Olney, as she ousts Zach Goldsmith. The contest was sparked by strong feelings over Heathrow, but the campaign quickly turned to Brexit.
I think what it will do is it will send a real shockwave through Downing Street. You know, Theresa May is losing votes, losing a seat, a previously very, very safe seat for her, and it's very clear that the issue is Brexit.
You regret resigning? It's not a calculation, is it? I don't regret keeping my promise. But it's all gone horribly wrong. What went wrong for you in the campaign? I lost the vote, that's all wrong.
Also today, the sex abuse scandal in football continues to grow, and this programme has heard allegations against another coach in the northwest of England. We'll bring you the full details. And coming up, Sir Elton John tells us exclusively that he believes the end of HIV could be in sight, but increased testing is crucial.
You can live with HIV, you don't die with it anymore, you live with it. And so the more people get tested and find out their status, the more likelihood that we will beat this disease or end it sooner rather than later.
And after 10:30, Lady Gaga promises gay and transgender groups in the States that she will do her best to protect the social progress made in the last 8 years. We'll bring you that interview. Right, let's catch up with all the news with Anita.
Thank you, Joanna. Good morning. The Liberal Democrats say the party's by-election win at Richmond Park in West London is a warning to the government not to pursue a so-called hard Brexit in its negotiations with the EU. That's a summary of the latest BBC News. More at 10:30. Joanna.
Thank you very much, Anita. See you later. Let's catch up with the sport again with Leah. Hi.
Hey, morning, Joanna. So Tiger Woods said he was feeling good after his first competitive round of golf in 16 months at an event in the Bahamas. Well, of course, emotions running high as the world of football and beyond reacts to what happened on Monday. But for now, back to you, Joanna.
Leah, thank you very much. Coming up, we're going to have the latest on the child sex abuse allegations in football. More people coming forward, more clubs being implicated. The latest in just a few moments. First, though, let's go to Richmond. It's got a new MP this morning after Zach Goldsmith, the former Tory MP, was ousted in a by-election won by Sarah Olney of the Liberal Democrats. Carol Walker is there, and I think we're going to hear from Sarah Olney shortly, Carol. Chief Constable Simon Bailey, thank you very much. Neil Henderson, Alan Robertson, thank you as well. Thank you very much. Well, the NSPCC free helpline, which offers advice and support to anyone who experienced sexual abuse as a young footballer, is 0800 023 2642. That is 0800 023 2642. It's 10:32, still to come. Sir Elton John tells us exclusively that he believes the end of HIV could be in sight, but increased testing is crucial. And Lady Gaga promises gay and transgender groups in the United States that she will do her best to protect the social progress made in the last 8 years. We'll bring you that interview. Now let's catch up with the news with Anita. Over to you.
Thank you, Joanna. Good morning. The Liberal Democrats say the party's by-election win at Richmond Park in West London is a warning to the government to change its strategy over how the UK leaves the European Union. That's a summary of the latest news. Join me for BBC Newsroom Live at 11 o'clock. Joanna.
Thank you very much, Anita. And some clarification about that compensation for Southern Rail passengers. The Department for Transport says that it has set aside £15 million to compensate those passengers. So it's taxpayers' money, not money from the company, that is compensating passengers. The amount that will be paid out will depend on who claims and whether claims are deemed to be valid. The payment has not been triggered by any specific clause in the franchise agreement, but the government says it is in recognition of the distress caused to passengers by delays and cancellations. And an illustration being given is that a passenger with a standard class annual season ticket from London to Brighton would be able to claim back £371. Right, let's catch up with the sport with Leah.
Hi, Joanna, thank you very much. So he's been out of action for 16 months, but Tiger Woods is back and at the World Hero Challenge in the Bahamas. The 14-time major champion finished 1 over par and admitted to feeling pretty good on the course. It's back to you, Joanna.
Thanks, Leah. Sir Elton John has told this programme in an exclusive interview that he believes the end of HIV is in sight in Western countries, but that increased testing is vital in the fight against the disease. He said early testing could save millions of pounds every year for the NHS. It comes as his charity, the Elton John AIDS Foundation, has offered to fund HIV testing in Lambeth, the UK local authority with the highest rate of HIV. Sir Elton and his husband David Furnish spoke exclusively to Victoria yesterday on World AIDS Day.
I want to talk to you both about
Lady Gaga there speaking last night. Just a comment to bring you before we go, paying tribute to Andrew Sachs, who played Manuel in Fawlty Towers. I was lucky enough to record him many times during documentary voiceovers. He was very professional, had a wonderful, warm voice and was a delight to work with. Thank you for that. Thank you for all your comments. Remember, you can get in touch anytime. Usual ways of getting in touch. Hashtag Victoria Live. Have a lovely weekend. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Hello there. It's been a slightly less cold to